with us. Western Conference battles, always fun. This time it's the San Antonio Spurs intent on protecting home court. The Spurs keep chugging along. Another year, another solid home record for them.
Boy, they make it look so easy, Kevin. I mean, they just go about their business, professional, proficient, unflappable. I mean, you can almost bank on them for 30 home wins every season.
Now here's Ginobili. Let's loose for three. Duncan snatches the offensive rebound. Buries the short-range shot.
You have to block this guy out, Kevin. He's just too active on the boards to be left alone.
And the Mavericks call time here. Here's Kidd. He's covered by Ginobili. Nowitzki behind the arc. And Antonio McDyess pulls it down. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Haywood and Dirk make up the front court. Kidd and Butler at the 1 and the 2. And Marion. Here's Jefferson. Ginobili dishes to Duncan. 4 on the shot clock. Can't hit, and Dallas the other way. It's tipped. Hill against Kidd. Marion, he's covered by Ginobili. Haywood, back to Nowitzki. Covered by Duncan. Raises up. Kept alive. Second shot opportunity. Now let's find out what head coach Greg Popovich had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
I asked him what their strategy will be against Dirk Nowitzki, and he said that's a tough question because this guy might be the most unique player in the NBA. A 7-footer with the shooting touch of a guard who can still rebound with the best of the big men. He's hoping they can force him into some tough shots and keep him far enough away from the rim that he won't kill them on the offensive glass. We'll see how it goes, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Ginobili the pass to Duncan. And the layup is good. Duncan's got his second basket of the game.
That's where you want to be getting the majority of your shots from on offense.
Here's Kidd. It's hauled in by Duncan. And so here is San Antonio. Ginobili outside. Over Kidd. Nice shot by Ginobili. Ginobili's got his first points of the game. Here's Butler. 2:53 left in the first. Haywood backing down. The baseline J. The shot is off. Well, the Spurs will take it the other way. Marion kicks to Nowitzki. Guarded now by Duncan. Nowitzki dishes the Kidd. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dirk Nowitzki.
Good job of leading his man right to the rim for the bucket.
And Clark, it was a very high mark. 33 wins against the West last year for this Mavs team. Mighty impressive.
Extremely impressive, Kevin. To compete in the West, you've got to have a power forward that's a threat. And for the past decade now, they've had one of the best in the business in Dirk Nowitzki. As long as he's a Mav, I think they'll always be in good shape in the West.
Here's Nowitzki following the basket by Tim Duncan. 1:51 left in the first quarter. Here's Hill, and 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He barely missed that one. Dirk Nowitzki picks up that. And the first one drops. Add to that last thought on the Mavs, good shape at least in the regular season.
Well, Kevin, we've talked about it. As long as we've covered basketball, the postseason is a totally different animal and story. But I think they're making progress incrementally. They just need one of those young players of theirs to step up and provide some energy on a consistent basis. And then I think they can be a different team in the playoffs.
Here's Butler. Kidd with it. Nowitzki with the screen on Ginobili. Outside Butler. 4 on the clock. For 3, Kidd. It bounces out of bounds after the shot. Here's Ginobili. He's covered by Kidd. Tipped.
Boy, the turnovers are piling up pretty quickly here. We've seen them doing quite a bit of sloppy ball handling.
That's their 3rd turnover in this quarter. Now here's Ginobili. Following the miss by Jason Kidd. Caron Butler covering. Ginobili outside. It's back to Hill. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
And even though they have an early lead, they need to focus on squeezing the orange.
The turnover by Dallas. Spurs leading by 6. Ginobili outside. He's picked up by Kidd. Outside Hill. Duncan left side. McDyess a screen. Just 5 to shoot.
They're losing the battle on the boards here early. Not by a bunch, but here and there just not quite in the best position.
To the paint. Haywood the pass to Kidd. Butler. And Nowitzki backs in. He dishes it. Kidd defended by Jefferson. And the Mavericks call time here. The Mavericks making a switch here. Here's Terry. To end the drought, they couldn't beat the buzzer. That's a turnover. Now McDyess. Here's Ginobili. And enough space off the pick to sink that one. Ginobili's got his 2nd bucket. Chandler with the ball. That's going to do it for the 1st quarter. Spurs lead by 8.
They're playing lockdown D, Kevin.
Now the 2nd quarter about to start. Here's Terry. We've got George Hill. Duncan out there with McDyess. Then there's Ginobili and Jefferson. So that's who San Antonio starts the 2nd with. Terry against Ginobili. Here's Marion. Money on the 10-footer. Marion's got his first points in this one. This Spurs team was swept by Phoenix last postseason. First time in the Duncan era they lost to the Suns, Clark, in a postseason series.
And you could almost see it coming, Kevin. I mean, Phoenix was firing on all cylinders, and the Spurs appeared to be a little worn out and not quite able to handle that high-octane efficiency of the Suns.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kevin, as you know, the Spurs got off to a slow start last season, and that's something we had seen from them before. But according to Coach Greg Popovich, this time it was a little bit different. He pointed to the adjustment of teaching new players a system, saying, "We lost a bit more corporate knowledge than I had thought. It's taken more time than I expected to get everybody back on the same page." And guys, as the Spurs continue to refresh the deck, that's going to continue to be a challenge for them.
Doris, thank you for that.
You know, it's never easy when you have a bunch of older vets mixed in with a bunch of 1st and 2nd year guys. That dynamic is a real challenge for a team.
Yeah, thinking about their postseason last spring, Clark, they won the Dallas series, did the Spurs. It looked like it took a lot out of them when they went through those games.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think Dallas taxed the Spurs quite a bit. And, you know, had it been a different team than the Suns, it could have been a different story in that series. But to have to run with Phoenix after being challenged by Dallas in that series like that wasn't a good matchup for San Antonio.
And all those pick and rolls they had to defend. Yeah, Phoenix, very tough for the Spurs.
You sound like an analyst talking pick and roll.
Following you. And making a change here, the Mavericks. Mavericks trailed by 7. Although he sometimes starts now, where do you think Manu ranks as the all-time sixth man in the NBA?
Well, he's very near the top, Kevin. I mean, Hondo Havlicek might get the nod as the best ever, but Manu is definitely in the conversation. I mean, he's on the list. You have to look at his numbers, and they speak volumes.
Here's Terry. No points for him. He's covered by Ginobili. Haywood backing down. Leads him in. Nowitzki. And the bucket is good. Laid up and in from the assist.
Way to distribute the basketball.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Here's Ginobili. He's got 6. Let's go with a 3. Ginobili can't get that one to fall.
It's not been a day to remember, but if they get the win, I'm sure being the team player that he is, he'll be fine.
And Nowitzki with the stuff.
He rises above the opposition, literally, every time he steps on the court. He gives you at least one of those.
Clark, he's got surreal athleticism, always impressive. It's Ginobili outside. That doesn't go either by Ginobili.
Nothing's working for him here. He's just really struggling to find the basket.
You hate to say it so often, but it is what it is. Another early exit in the playoffs last year for these Mavericks. They spent so much money. Another disappointment for them.
You know what? It just shows you how difficult it is to have postseason success, Kevin. It's really hard. Teams like the Lakers and Celtics have made it look easy in the past, but it's a difficult thing to do. I mean, heck, that's those teams are good, the Mavericks, but they run into teams that typically are able to have their number. They look great on paper, have a great regular season, but then in the postseason, the matchups get the best of them.
Here's Hill. 1:26 left in the second. Duncan. It's blocked. Dallas with the ball. They're on a 14-3 run. And now
He's getting the highlight reel play of the day for that one. Now that was a dunk.
he certainly put a little something extra into that slam.
Little added pizzazz.
You think about Sean Marion, and the first thing that comes to mind is that low flea flicker release.
Yeah, he gets it off quick though, Kevin. It is unorthodox, but it's been effective for him.
With Marion, how many times have coaches overlooked him because of that form, that odd shot he takes?
I don't think very much at all once they saw how consistent he was in knocking it down. I mean, it's not what it looks like. It's how productive it is, and he's been consistent with it.
Terry kicks to Nowitzki. It's dumped off. And there's Terry over Ginobili. Nice shot by Terry. Terry's got 6.
He's making it look easy scoring out there because he's much more efficient here in the second.
Back to Ginobili. Stolen away.
Kevin, it's absolutely crucial that they keep possession of the ball. They're -4 in turnovers right now. That's no way to win.
Now Nowitzki. Haywood with a screen on Duncan. And almost gets it to go, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Looked like a good call from here where I sit. Definitely some contact on that shot.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. That'll do it for the first half.
Looking at the numbers for Dirk Nowitzki.
And it's been a great basketball. These two have both turned.
The second half just about to get underway. Here's Terry. 7-point differential. Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Marion and Dirk make up the forwards. Caron Butler is out there with Terry and Haywood. Goes up, connects from in close. Haywood's got his second basket.
Oh, what a great look to get it inside. That's the way to find him when he's ready to score.
These Spurs struggled a little bit out of the gates last season.
And that can be expected, Kevin. I mean, a veteran team, they understand how they have to pace themselves into the season, so they won't go full speed out of the gate typically.
Butler on the wing. To the wing. Nowitzki for three. Can't hit. Now San Antonio the other way. Ginobili on the wing. Terry covering. Hill dishes to Duncan. Terry against Ginobili. 4 on the shot clock. And it's San Antonio with another.
He's been extremely active out there, and he has the stats to prove it. Terrific hustle.
Nowitzki against Duncan. Nowitzki, the pass to Terry. Duncan with the block. Tim Duncan still turning in solid defensive performances, Clark. He was named to the all-defense second team last season. Again, I mean, every year he's been on that list.
Well, Kevin, he's still one of the best defenders in the NBA. What really sets him apart in my mind is his timing and defensive awareness. I mean, he knows exactly where to be and how to get there a step early.
As you like to say, a high basketball IQ.
Without question.
Kept alive. A second chance effort. It takes a bad bounce and goes out of bounds. Here's Terry. He's got 6. Fires top of the key. Kept alive. Haywood. And that one barely misses as he draws contact. 2 free throws coming up. Tim Duncan picks one up.
That's a no-brainer. You got to stop the layup there. Make him earn his points from the line.
Tyson Chandler. He's checked in for Dirk Nowitzki. Both shots good from the stripe. Brendan Haywood in his 10th season out of North Carolina making the move to Dallas, Clark. They acquired him from Washington last year when the Wizards were doing their cleaning house.
Yeah, they did, and I think Dallas got a terrific defensive center. I mean, he's a guy who can really protect the paint. They say he can be a little disinterested at times, but when he's animated and engaged, he's as good as there is at the defensive end of the floor at his position.
Jefferson against Marion. It's Terry outside. And McDyess pulls it down.
You have to question his shot selection, Kevin. Poor shots equal bricks and misses.
Hill kicks to Duncan. And he lays that one up and in. Duncan's got 17.
They've really flipped the script here. Their hustle at both ends has got them back into this one.
Terry kicks to Chandler. Back to Terry. Takes it up. Hill with some nice D.
You can't D up a layup any better than that. Nice work.
Ginobili on the wing. Terry covering. Here's Jefferson. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. You hear about how teams hate the Texas 3-step. Imagine that being your division. My goodness, that Southwest division.
I know I always hated going through there as an Indiana Pacer way back in the early 80s. But the Mavs have handled it quite well, though. 10 division wins for them last year.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. The Mavericks making a switch here. Nowitzki's checked in. Here's Ginobili. He's got 8 with the Southwest year in and year out. Do you think this has, in the realm of all of the NBA, You think this division, Clark, has been the toughest division in the league?
I think you could make a strong case for that being so, Kevin. I mean, you talk about Dallas and San Antonio. They've been dominant the last decade. And then you've got Houston and now Chris Paul with the Hornets lurking as well. That's a gauntlet to get through.
The Mavericks leading. Butler dishes to Nowitzki. The dump off. Haywood, the pass to Nowitzki. Over Duncan. Scooped up. Goes back up. Got a piece of it. And so here is San Antonio. The most they've trailed by is 9 points. Ginobili left side. And it's tied up. Ginobili's got 12 points in the game. Here's Dallas. And slam dunk by Haywood.
Good execution on the break leads to the nice bucket.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Tyson Chandler, who's checked in for the Mavericks. Kidd comes in for Jason Terry. Here's Ginobili. He's got 12. Caron Butler covering. Ginobili kicks to Duncan. Outside Hill. Ginobili against Kidd. Ginobili dishes to Duncan. The kick out to Hill. Just 2 to shoot. Jefferson's shot is off. Here's Marion. Fires from 14. That's good from Kidd. The assist by Butler. Kidd's got 6. Here's Ginobili. Shot misses. Some great basketball so far as we end the third quarter.
Take a look at what Jason Terry's done. 9 points, and he hasn't forgotten.
And the final period of play just about to start. Spurs trail by 4. We've got Jefferson. Ginobili out there with George Hill. Then there's McDyess and Duncan. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs.
Wise foul there, Kevin. You can't give up the easy dunk.
The first one falls. And Duncan drops them both. Here's Kidd. He's covered by Ginobili. Nowitzki in the post. Duncan on him. And it's the Spurs with the ball. Trailing by 2. Jefferson passing to Ginobili. Kept alive. He's picked up by Kidd. Now here's Ginobili. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
Good defensive footwork shut down his path to the basket.
Here's Butler. Outside Kidd. Goes up and jammed in for 2 good eyes and hands there. Set it up.
Uh-oh. A little bit of a statement made there while he hung on the rim.
That's one way to make sure the whole building knows exactly what you just did. Duncan. Good work defensively by Marion.
This is one of the key reasons why they're losing. You have to get more production out of your core star players. Sometimes you just don't connect. They can't dwell on it. They've got to move on and just D up and get it back.
Here's Butler. Marion kicks to Nowitzki. Over McDyess. And it's Nowitzki missing.
Well, the more shots he misses, the more he hurts their cause. You better start looking to pass, because he's not carrying them with his shooting.
Here's Ginobili. Gets it to go.
This is what happens when the defense lags. Wrong guy to give an opening to.
Ginobili against Kidd. Here's Haywood. And a great assist by Kidd as that one goes in. And the Mavericks lead by 4. Into McDyess. Shoots. Left block. Jump shot is good that time. Here's Butler. Just over 3 minutes left in the game. Lets it go from the wing. Kidd, no good.
He really needs to hit that consistently, or they'll just keep letting him shoot it.
One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And I love the unselfishness. It's a joy to watch.
Nowitzki, Duncan with the block. The break is on. Caron Butler covering. And the dunk by Duncan.
They finally come back to tie it up. Let's see if they can pull ahead now.
Nowitzki kicks to Marion. He dumps it off. Nowitzki a screen. Here's Kidd. Another miss by Kidd.
Oh, man. Shots like that will make a coach lose his hair.
Ginobili connects.
I love his tenacity and aggressiveness on offense. He's lightning quick and loves to take it to the rim.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're down by 2. 2:11 left in the fourth. Tony Parker is checked in for San Antonio. And then for Dallas, Deshaun Stevenson, who's checked in for Nowitzki. And it's Terry in for Jason Kidd. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Kevin, over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Rick Carlisle said to his team. He told them, keep pushing hard to the end. Just finish out these last few minutes, and we'll be able to come away with the W. Kevin?
Tyson Chandler is checked in for the Mavericks. Here's Butler. Kept alive. Marion kicks to Terry. Chandler with the screen on Hill. Terry. Dallas again missing.
An outstanding pick there, and he still couldn't get the basket. Next time he gets a look that good, he's got to make it count.
Parker against Terry. And stolen by Butler.
Oh, what a great steal. That's a big-time play there.
He's picked up by Parker. Marion kicks to Chandler. Back to Marion. Terry, covered by Parker. Terry, here's Marion. The dump off. The turnover by Dallas.
Huge turnover there, and at a bad time, too. You have to value every possession.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're in front by 2. 1:14 left in the game. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Tony Parker. Here's Ginobili. Fires the 3. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
We've seen some good scrambles for rebounds and even a bit of a fight sometimes. That's just good play inside, and that's kept this game close.
A tight game here in San Antonio. Less than 1 minute left. Guarded now by Jason Terry.
Kevin, that's the kind of shot you want. You can't ask for better execution on offense, but sometimes they just don't fall.
Haywood backing down. Here's Chandler. Terry outside. And it's Terry again missing.
Kevin, he's been ice cold here in the second half. If he can't make his shot, he needs to drive or pass off the teammate.
And there's the intentional foul. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Tyson Chandler. Here are the Spurs with the ball. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. And so they'll try to extend the game with the intentional foul here.
That's exactly what they need to do to stretch out this game. Smart foul there.
Sinks the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Perfect from the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
With that trip to the line, he just made it a 2-possession game, Kevin.
Here comes Jason Terry. Will it go? Bullseye!
Oh, that's much in the clutch. They needed that one, Kev.
Now here's Ginobili. And the intentional foul called as they try to prolong it here.
That's the right move. Stop the clock and hope they make a mistake you can take advantage of.
Gets the first. That makes it a 3-point lead. Gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Huge free throws there, Kevin. He just put this game out of reach.
And there's Terry. And so it's San Antonio who's straight by with the win. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
You know, nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin. It's much better to win those tight ones.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark and Doris and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Brand Player of the Game, Tim Duncan.